Hi, uh, sharing this video, though it's 3 days later, but after the famous Mr. Ambani's announcements in the 42nd AGM of Reliance. And more than the things which I pick from that AGM, what I want to highlight is once again something which I always tell to students, to the clients, to the mentees who come to me to take career mentoring, career counseling, life skill mentoring. And I always say that functional skills, and especially the industry specific skills, are getting obsolete faster than anybody could have ever imagined. So, 40 years back, 30 years back, people used to say, I am a telecom guy, I am automobile guy, I am this guy, I am a banker. As you might have seen, the world is changing very fast, very, very fast. And though everybody will say, there is always a generation gap, but somehow I personally believe, and it's open to debate, that something which used to be a generation gap till 50 years back, 60 years back, somehow now have become a 5 year change or maximum a decade change. Because of the technology, the world is changing very, very fast. And I always admit I really don't know. And I asked my father also multiple times that what specific changes you saw between 1960 to 1995. Maybe the advent of color television vis-a-vis, black and white television, etc. Other than some of these changes, or getting a two-wheeler without queues, which you used to get in 70s until 80s, or getting cars without queues, which again was the same logic. But broadly, the things haven't changed that much. But the last 20 years, starting the 20th century, especially with the advent of internet and now the smartphones, things have changed really fast. The rule of games have changed very fast. The tricks of trade have changed very, very fast. So anybody who is conditioning himself or herself since childhood or in the youth to learn a particular thing, and that's it, and you think that my life will go smoothly because I know no one thing. Really, time have changed to change your thought, and that's why it is very important. Something which I always harp on, it's the self-learning attitude, because in future you need to rescale yourself, retrain yourself every 5 years, if not 2 years. You may have to go back to classroom, take some trainings, take some very, very basic trainings, if you want to just survive in your competitive world. And similarly, so things which used to be told by our grandfathers, of course, other than the ethics and the morals, which I always appreciate and we should always carry, but there are few things which have changed very, very fast. So take advice from the elders, but sometimes they don't understand how things are moving and how things are changing so fast, and accordingly we need to move ahead. When I talk to SMEs, when I talk to individual people who come for mentoring, as part of my Saksham program, which is both for individuals as well as SMEs, one thing which I always harp upon is how flexible you are yourself to change what is happening around you. Are you able to change your way of work, your way of thinking, the way you did your business 5 years back, 10 years back, 2 years back, the way you were doing your job 2 years back? And mostly the answer is no. And I said, as part of my training, the real thing is how you can be flexible in everything. Are you ready to become a student again? Are you ready to go back to things which or go against things which your father might have told you or your grandfather might have told you? With due respect to them, as again say, things are changing really fast. Well, one of the biggest bread butter earning these days is a YouTuber, something which we have never thought 15 years back. So as a youth, and I look at college guys, freshers from out of college, and they are standing, let's say, in a coffee shop, and you talk about them thinking or to create a video, right? Because today's youth is actually looking at creating YouTube videos to make their living, something which I think, I'm sure 99% of viewers of this video would not even think, though you are again looking at the same video on YouTube. And that has actually happened. YouTube is the platform for many people to earn their livings. You talk about education. I know so many people who used to be offline trainer in big institute, and now they are on an academy to earn their bread and butter. because for some reasons maybe the lesser number of students are going for classroom coaching and they have lost their jobs, or increments are not there, or actually sometimes there is a salary drop. So either you accept all of that, or you change yourself, and from an offline classroom teacher you have become an academy or Udemy teacher, or Coursera for that matter. So you look at any industry and you look at how things are changing. So as I said, if you take up the summary of this, you have to be a great business development or salesperson, and then you should be always ready to use your skill, be it FMCG, be it FMCD, be it telecom, be it mobile industry, or be it digital selling. So the skill that you should be developing is that I am a great sales or BD guy, or I am a great marketeer who has inclination to understand the consumer insights, irrespective of the industry for which I am doing marketing. Similarly, I am a great teacher. I know at least my subjects. I am ready to learn more subjects. On the other hand, I am surely flexible to change the delivery method of my teaching and courses. So all these things are continuously changing, and if you look at anything, what you realize that you industry skills, as I said in the beginning, is something which will keep on decreasing. Functional skills will still remain, but you need to be adaptable, and that is why the most important skills that anybody should be developing are softer skills. So the ability to having a self-learning attitude, the ability to have right communication skills, the ability to do people networking, the ability to change with times, the ability to be smart and punctual. Those are the skills, are evergreen skills which are applicable in any function in any industry, and that is something that every person need to develop at the right age and the right time, so that your personality is shaped accordingly. And then over and above that, be sure on your functional skill. Soft skill most important, functional skill is still there to stay till some more years or decades, I don't know. But industry specific knowledge is something which I don't know how much fruitful it is. So always go for your soft skills and functional skills rather than industry knowledge. But that is something which is changing very fast, and the entire industry knowledge is available on click of a button on Google and internet. So what you are carrying here doesn't make too much of a difference, because this is always available on the laptop or the smartphone of anybody who doesn't have that industry knowledge background. So that skill definitely is getting obsolete very very fast. Thank you. I hope this video was useful for you. Subscribe to my channel, to this channel of Global Knowledge Works, to get more videos like it. Bye bye.